Good day everyone, it's Max and welcome back to the Dyson Sphere Program. Next, where we are now on episode 3.1 of the series, and this is now the next series program where we are actually now in the new system. We're going to start building the things, and my goal is to make rockets. Lots of rockets. We're going to make some rockets. And the reason that is, of course, is that we want to be making the rockets to provide to other systems that we conquer across the galaxy to, of course, have a rocket-making system. And that is what the goal of this system is. Of course, this now being episode 31, it will still be added with the other series, of course, and it is in the same system, of course. I still don't really have a name for the system, Anyway, we'll work on that. Let's get into it, because we got some building to do today, because it's a building day. Woo! Yeah, here we are. We are in the Batten system, and because I'm not going to say all that all the time, I really got to come up with a name of the system. Yep, here we are, and of course we are on Planet 1 because this is the Vulcanide. I'm still going to go with Vulcanide planet. The volcanic planet. Volcanic ash. But I'm going with the Vulcanide planet because that sounds cooler. It's like a evil mini base or something. Vulcanide. Okay, so in this particular case, we are here because we want to build the things. This, of course, has an acid ocean. We love that for our titanium and all the cool stuff. Over here, of course, is Planet 3, which is holding a lot of my material, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about that at the moment. First things first, you don't get nothing done without any power. Now, I did bring lots of antimatter with me, and I even brought 4 suns with me, just for hoots. But, I mean, we are on the innermost planet. It would be kind of silly of me to not use solar array. So I, of course, have lots of solar with me. What do I got? I got like 800 or some crazy number. But let's go to the build section. So this is 00. This is the equator. We are on the equator. Woo! There we go. It appears to be dark. Let's make sure we're on the equator. Ooh, look, see, I almost ran up down. That wouldn't have been good. We want to go this way. We want to go this way. We want to go this way. It's kind of... okay, so it says I'm going west. All right, cool. That's what we want. Now, we want to do this. The reason is that at some point in time, we're going to have a Dyson Sphere here, and we're going to want to collect that energy, and these are energy collectors. Now... Again, this planet is pretty standard rotation, the whole 9 yards, which means our build's going to be running west to east, east to west, or whatever. And I just want to kind of get an idea of getting these down now so I don't run into problems later. I want to be able to, gear these up so I can bebop along and get things done, right? And make sure that these have enough clearance. So this just allowed me to do a little bit of measurement here. This actually, this won't get any power here because no Dyson Sphere here, but we'll get some solars down. Yeah, I got 800 of these things with me, right? So I thought, you know what? Let's get some solar down. Obviously, we're going to run into a few complications. That's no surprise. I think every planet tries to throw something in my way just to see how I'll handle it. But I'm not going to obviously, I'm not going to torture you with putting down all these solar panels, right? What we'll do is we will bring it back. And I'm just kind of, I think I'm going to do this in a little bit of a spaced pattern in this case because I'll probably be running belts through here and stuff like that. So with that, I will bring you back. I'm going to click a mouse for a while. I really wish I had blueprints. I didn't say that. Okay, I will talk to you shortly. Hey, welcome back. Now, we have just over 100 megawatts of power at the moment. And I'm sorry for the zoomed out lens flary kind of brightness. This planet is pretty grayish bright in the sunshine. So it's running at about between 100 and 102 megawatts at the moment. Of course, we had to avoid several of these deposits on our way around the equator. As you can see, anytime I had to do that, I would double up. So I would run 1-1 on either side unless I had to double up to avoid it, and then I would go back to my single lines here. There are 3 major oceans. They are right here. It's probably a little easier if I go to the planet side before it gets dark. Here are the 3 major sulfuric acid oceans. So anything going this way is where we're going to want to build any big sulfuric acid, because you notice there's very little resource over here. So this is a really good spot to build those kinds of big builds where, we're going to take in sulfuric acid and, build carbonite and carbon tubes and the things, right? We can do them big type builds with, what building is it here? With the chemical plants. Because, of course, you got to run all that stuff. Now, on this side of the oceans where I am right now, and fairly close to, it's fairly well, I wouldn't say it's fairly close, but it's close enough. 00 is just up there. So really, we have 3 major copper veins here. And the reason I was out here kind of zooming out, is, of course, we need a bunch of these. Now, I'm going to throw numbers out here. These are definitely going to change. So just take them with a grain of salt. 200 rockets and 500 solar sails a minute is kind of the initial goal. We may never get to that. If I do 100 rockets a minute, that might be more than plenty. I don't know. Or maybe even 50 rockets. But if I say like 200 rockets a minute, then at least I know what I'm dealing with. And according to 200 rockets, if this system and all it's going to do is make rockets and solar sails for me, and I need 200 rockets a minute, according to those calculators out there in the real world, says I need 135 copper machines. 135, 36. Anyway, we're going to put a lot of them down, right? Because that's what we're going to do. We are definitely not stinging out. So just grab me one of these. So really what I was looking at is just the layout here, right? Get that out of your hand for a second. So we have we have these major this major copper line here, and then of course it kind of runs. We can kind of run it this way, right? Wow. Okay. I'm having a hard time there all of a sudden. Right. We're going to run this copper. We're going to run it up this way. We're probably going to even run into this copper. That's fine. Then you'll notice here we have, 3 iron ore. I think I'll run, and then there's like 2 more right here. I'm going to run the iron ore up this side going this way, right? Away from them oceans because we want to leave them oceans alone. So, now, the question becomes, and I have looked at I looked at all these, buildy sites and all that stuff, and I don't know, like, it says, I've got, Mark III belts, and it's all upgraded. How fast will it go? Well, it says I only need like 4 full belts to, it says Mark III belts, fully upgraded, will take 1,800 items a minute. I mean, that's crazy. Those are crazy numbers. 1,800 items a minute? I've never, like, in every other factory game you play, like, let's take, take Factorio or whatever, your high-end belts. What are they doing? So many items a second, right? And these are doing, 30 items a second? I guess there, I mean, yeah, 30, 60, 18. I guess that is 1,800 items. Well, you know, well, maybe it is only four full belts of copper. You know, well, okay. Oh, thanks, left hand, for all the boxes. Like, holy smokes. I'm pretty sure my left hand tries to find new buttons that it can push to make it even more annoying. Of course, I'm also watching the build lines here, right? So here, unfortunately, the build line just happens to be right here. Because this would have been a perfect runway. And of course, when you know the build line is right in the middle. So I'm trying to go on one side or the other of it. And that's why I'm out here in the build menu. But of course, you know, I've got these iron veins I got to avoid. Gee whiz. Okay, you know what? Got to start somewhere. So let's just get started. So let's say, you know what? Let's say 200 or 150, right? That'd be 15 lines of 10. I mean, that's, or 10 lines of 15. Will it do 15? You know what? We're going to find out. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do some crazy lines here. What do you do? Dude, like, put the belt down. Put the belt down. There you go. Give me the buildings. Give me all the buildings. Now, is this what I want to do? Like, do I want to try and start it up against this line here, maybe? Hence, I just made you guys build all that for nothing. Haha. Too bad. So sad. Okay. Sure. I'm going to do that for a second. Now, you'd think a guy that would play, like, 30 games would, like, you know, would have already had this figured out. Nope. Still no. Man, have you been watching the wrong channel? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We're going to do 10 lines. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 6, 7. No. 8, 9, 10. Thank you. See? I've told you. I'm sure my hand is trying to find brand new buttons to push. Okay. I'm sorry this is happening in the dark. I don't do planet rotation. So, you know, it is going to be a thing. Let's figure. All right. Get rid of this because you muckered that up there, Max. There we go. Okay. So, obviously, if you're going to run 10 lines, you got to have at least 5 inputs. No, don't go that way. And of course, I'm trying to do a little bit of math here on how the belt's going to go. I really can't see how it's going to be able to do 15 machines. That's 30 machines feeding on a belt, right? Let's have a look at that for a second. That's a lot. That's a lot of machines on a belt. You're going to do copper. That's 30 machines. Yeah, you're not going to be able to do 15 of these, right? You know, you're going to want one of these every second. Oh no, 15, 30. The line does 30 a second. I mean, I am literally going to be running 15. Wow. That's like cutting it close. Sure. Okay, this math is fun, and I did not expect that. So, let's make a thing happen, right? 1, 2. What do we got there? 3. 1, 2. There's 5. 7. I can't remember counting. Oh my goodness, that's 8. Holy smokes! You know what? I'm just gonna have to count these out. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So if these all want 1 a second, and there's 2 rows of them, that's 30 a second, and these belts are supposed to be carrying 30 per second. All right, let's have a look at this, because yeah, 30 per second. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, that is one fully saturated belt down to 0. So that's, I guess that's a thing. That's a thing we're doing. So now let me get the rest of these down. Collide with another object. Oh, what? I was going to say what? Let me get the rest of these down, and I will bring you back once I've run the lines in. I'm afraid you're going to stick around with me for some sorting from sorters, though. You know. But with that, see you in a second. Wow, we're going to be covering a planet. Yeah, let's have 150 copper machines. Why not? Because that's a thing. Yeah. To feed 150 copper machines, though, we are really going to have to look at soon about, I'm going to have to jump over to Planet 3 there and pick up a whole bunch of these, a bunch of miners, because really this is going to be the experiment of the day, right? Can we fill, can we fill 6 lines? I think it's 6 lines. Can we fill 6 lines full of copper? I mean, that's really the challenge here, because that's a lot of copper, right? Yes, these veins have like 6 million in them, but if the machines can't pull out, if I take this vein and I can't pull out a full line of 30 copper a minute on it, then it won't matter, right? I've got to be able to fill these lines. So that's going to be some intense stuff. Let me tell you, intense, super intense. Just saying, it's intense at times. Sure. Yep. We're going to do this line here, and then of course I will cut away to do the other ones because this will take forever. Yeah, I could mention something now, but I'm not going to. Just saying. Now, yes, I do know there's a mass deletion mod out there, which is groovy. That's really groovy. I mean, considering there's no real official mod support or anything yet. But, it's a start, right? It is a start. So, we are taking in and spitting out. I think I'll do those rows after, just because there's going to be a lot of double crisscross here. I mean, we're literally going to be playing flapjacks and crisscross hopscotch all day on this thing. So, I mean, let's be real with it, right? And my brain is literally going to be hurting after. This is just the copper line. There's the iron lines to build. There's the coils to build, and then there's the titanium to build, and there's so many more of these to build. This is just the one build, So, yeah, you are going to hang out with me for some of it. Gosh darn, because let me tell you, this is how real it gets in a factory game. It doesn't get much more real than this. So, yeah. Do I want to? Okay. Yeah. Okay, we'll do these next rows. If nothing else, this allows me kind of visually see where I'm at all the time. That's why I'm not doing them all at once, because then you kind of visually easily get lost in the sea of smelters. Oh, it's tough. It's tough business. Now these are all going to come in, and then that's the next line to go out. I should have made these lines longer already. I usually do that as a visual reference too. Okay, so these are lines coming out. Yep. It sure is. Boy, I hope back on the home planet I've got a whole box of these, because let me tell you, we're going to be using some. The home planet, by the way, Planet Max, he's doing good, you know. Just making stuff, filling up all them boxes, you know. So like when we ever do turn the science back on, I don't even know when I'll get the time to try and sort that all out. I mean, this build alone, I mean, you're looking at many episodes of doing this build alone. So where am I going to find the time to do some research, rejigging of the things back home? I have no idea. You know, some of it has to be simplified because there's some stuff back on Planet Max that is so hodgepodge. Like, you know, some of the circuit lines, are paired off like 3 different ways doing 4 different things. And, you know, to make them more, to make them better, obviously we will want to fix that. So, anyway, just craziness. Let me get this in here. All right. I will bring you back once we get through all the sorted things. I'm going to pick up a bunch of miners. And I guess we plug into every single copper node on this sucker and see what we can get out of it. I'll see you shortly. Experiment time. Do. It's experiment time. We're going to do an experiment. Do. And be ready. All right, here we go. So I went and picked up some miners. Lesson 1, I have not made nearly enough sorters. We definitely going to have to fix that. That is not good. Now, again, this is an experiment, right? So it will do 180 a minute. No. That's no. So no. I need a lot more. I need a lot more. I need so much more. 180 a minute is not enough. That's not going to cut it. You know, I need 30 a second. So, I mean, you know, that's 1,800 a minute. I would need 10 machines to fill 1 line. And I have 6 lines to fill. Actually, this was actually that kind of answers part of the question, doesn't it? Okay, so that's grabbing 4. So what happens if you grab if you can grab like a lot? All right, so let's say we grab that, right? How many are you getting a minute, mister? So we'll just throw this down here and shove it into a box, right? Okay, so how many are you doing a minute? 315. Interesting. It really is going to depend on how many nodes you can get these things to chew on. That is very interesting. Okay, so yeah, bit of work. Yeah, you guys can stop. I don't want you filling up a box full of junk that I got to try and clean out. So that's fine. Okay, so you got yourself 4 nodes. You got yourself 6 nodes at 1.9 million versus 1.06 million. Okay. So I'm kind of thinking, the important research is this. 6% ore consumption miner product, or minus 6% ore consumption, plus 10 mining speed. I think this is the one you kind of go for. I think so. Because the faster I can get this stuff out of the ground, using less of it, and at the same time faster mining speed, yeah, this is going to be the thing, isn't it? I'm not going to activate it just yet because I'm going to go back to Planet Max. I'm going to grab some stuff. But I wanted to bring it back for the little experiment that we've just done here, because very interesting indeed. Very interesting indeed. You know, I mean, we have got to grab all the things. We have got to grab a lot of things here. 6 lines of full ore. That's a tall order. It's a tall order. And it's not the only order. These, we start doing iron and stuff, the numbers are going to get bigger. So it's definitely important to know just how many of the things can you grab. Grab all the things. Grab all of it. Just grab the things. So I'm gonna bring you back. I'm gonna try and get some of these set up. I'll bring it back and we'll take a look at it to see how it is. Because again, the rotation on this thing is pretty crazy. It's light, dark, light, dark, light, dark all the time. It's a little crazy. So with that, I'll talk to you shortly. So, you know how we never really did them all? I mean, who needs them all? We just kind of made things as we went along, right? You kind of did a thing, and you kind of got some things. Yeah. So you know what? Still don't have them all. I kind of... so I thought, you know what? I'm going to need a lot of miners, and I'm probably going to need a lot of smelters and things. But I don't make any of that anywhere because I don't have any mall or anything like that. So I came over here. We make, so we make a lot of we make motors here, and on this side we just happen to be making belt for the one. I don't have an official mall, but I do actually make belt and sorters, right? The motors, of course, just happen to be made here. So they kind of had all the ingredients I needed for some things. So I just kind of hack and slashed my way in here with a couple of bonus lines and a few other things. So yeah, we're making some smelters and some machines. And, this side's now kind of making some miners, right? Because that's a thing. Who says you need to have a mall to have 500, miners? I mean, I probably don't need this many miners. Now, I say that, I probably do, right? Stop doing that with the thing. I don't need this rock. The rock was part of a very bad experiment. So, we are here on Planet Max. We've fired up the planet. We've got things fired up. And I'm going to show you why in a second. But I just thought I'd show you my janky mall. The janky mall, mini mall I've built here for the janky stuff, just to kind of get some stuff and the things going. I got to admit, it's very entertaining. It's very entertaining to a degree, because, it literally has it has a little bit of my play style. I've never been a big mall builder. I realize malls are really good. And for those who don't know what a mall is, although I'm sure if you're watching me, you probably do. For those who don't know what a mall is a strip of machines that are making all your other machines and things that you use on it all the time, like belts and sorters and, assembly machines and stuff like that. That's a mall where you can just go and one-stop shop all the things that you kind of need to build your factory with. But I've always been one of these types of players where I like touring my base a lot. Like, I didn't go through all this effort to build all this stuff to just come to one little spot on the planet to pick up all the things I need and then go flying away. I want to look at the things. I built all the things. I want to look at the things. So I like going around and picking up things. So like, when I need some titanium ore, I like flying over to where the titanium ore is and picking some of it up and like going, yeah, okay, I need titanium ore. And then it's like, oh, I also need some sorters, and I also need, so I'll just fly over to where I make the sorters, right? And this allows me to see really what all the work was about. This was all about the building and the things, Yes, this, you could easily get out of it. Where am I going? I would like to have them sorters. Actually, I actually did stick an extra box on here. Yeah. Cool. Let's take, because let me tell you, you do not make I did not bring enough. I mean, I did bring 1,000 sorters or whatever. Yeah, and I used I used a bucket load of them on that. I mean, I used what, 500 and some on that build. So I can see me having to come back here for a lot of sorters. The other reason we've come back here, though, to fire it all up, was for the science. Yeah, fire up. Vroom, vroom. Let's go. Of course, I've stuck on a second box here. Let's do science, right? Let's do some science. So let's go in here. Yeah, we want to activate that, right? 17 minutes, cool, no problem. We'll let you do a thing. And meanwhile, that's got at least 7,000 stashed up. So, this will kind of pump on this for a while. Of course, now that the science is turned on, right, the factories come alive. It's like, ooh, we need the things. So it's, it's now making things again. Things are going crazy all over the place, which is pretty cool, right? It's kind of cool how the factory was just literally at a low hum, and then you start science up, and it's like the power just kind of went, flew right around, and that was kind of cool. So, yeah, I'm just here picking up stuff and starting up science, because we want to have all the things coming out of the ground in the new system. With that, I will stop here. Now we all had a laugh at my Jinky mall. I won't even call it. When you come to watch Max, you come to watch Max for the Jinky mall. You don't come to watch Max for the normal mall or a mini mall. You come for the Jinky mall, and that's what I've got going here. So I will see you back out at the new system, and as we've got the science fired up, we'll continue on with our little experiment. Boom. Okay, well, there's the first use of white science. I think my microphone arm just kind of did a weird thing. But anyway, so more consumption, more speed. We want more speed. We need more speed. Okay, we've got our experiment set back up. As you can see, we definitely we are jam packing these suckers in. More speed. We need more speed. I believe they are wired up and ready to go, so let's turn them on and see what happens. We need... Wow, well, first of all, it can't even pick up fast enough, so let's see if I can't pick it up faster. I think it looks like it's a full line. Is it a full line? I don't know. I guess it just can't go fast enough? Oh, no, no, it's packing the box as fast as it's carrying it. It looks full is the problem. But is it full is the thing, right? So what is this doing? This is, so we need 1,800, so that's 192. So let's say 200, 450, 650, 700, say 750. 1050, let's say 1100 now, 1300, oh, that's 1600, yeah, in fact, it is so full, it cannot get any more out. In fact, I could probably take from these three here to feed into the next line. So that is 1,800. That's a full line. I mean, those inserters are just pulling that in like it's cotton candy, isn't it? In fact, let's. So I'm watching the clock down here in the very bottom corner. It was 31:20. It was 31:20. We're gonna run this for a full minute. We're gonna see how many things enter this box. We need 1,800 in this box. So we're at 31:40 now. Yep, it's ticking. We're at 31:50. That's halfway. That's halfway done. So that's halfway done. What we're gonna do is we're We're gonna cut this off right at the very last second. We got 15 seconds to go. 15 seconds to go. 8, 9, 10 seconds to go. 10 seconds. 8 seconds. Yep. 5 seconds. All right. 3, 2, 1. Boom. All right, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's just about 1,800. That is a full line of stuff. Okay, we can plug one of these in. And like I said, this machine here was just barely able to spit out, and these two probably weren't spitting out at all. So I could probably cut 2 machines off. I can cut these 2 off and feed them on to the next line. And that's how I'm going to probably have to play this, just to get this to work. But we are so over on the time, I think, because of, this is, I mean, we're doing some crazy math now, right? We're doing the crazy math. So with that, next episode, we're going to plug a thing in. I will try to, thanks Left Hand for opening a box that I didn't need. Of course, we're going to try to set up, I might try to work a little offline to set up the iron line, because I have no idea how much of that I need. I probably need a bunch of that. But I might try to set up the iron one as well. Again, now, I mean, Planet Max. We've got the Jinky malls all over the place doing all kinds of delivery on the things now. So we got Jinky malls, and we're going to do some stuff. With that, I've been Max. Thanks for watching. Hey, it's a whole new planet and a whole new system. So if you watched it and you're not subbed, according to statistics, 77% aren't subbed, so it's free, right? It's free. Click the button. If nothing else, it'll make me and YouTube a little happier to say, hey, even if you're not going to watch me all the time, at least you watched me every once in a while, and that's pretty cool. With that, I will see you on the next one. Take care.